Hello, everyone. People who are slowly coming in. Let me know who's in the chat, and let's build the room up a little bit, and then we'll start getting into some stuff. Excuse me. So as people start to come in, let yourself be known, and we will start getting into the good stuff soon. Now, how many of you guys are here because of Ariel's post on X? I'd like to know. And any of the usual suspects that are usually in this room, let yourselves be known. Heather's here. Here but driving? Just listen, Heather. Just chill. We'll be here. I'm just going to let a bunch of people come into the room first before I start talking. This room is filling up quickly. How are you guys doing? How are you all? You guys have any questions? Do you have anything that you want to get off your chest or address right away? Oh, excuse me. I know it's lunchtime, so I'm trying to catch all you guys before you got to go back to work and what have you. But Gina Maria. Yes, here because of Ariel's post. Gina Maria, did you happen to watch the video that I sent Ariel by any chance? So I'm going to give it a little while longer for people to keep coming into the room. But if you guys have any questions or any comments, yes, about 10 minutes left. Okay. Gina, what do you think of it? What do you think of the video that I sent him? Was it worth it? Was it interesting? What are your first thoughts on that long video that I sent him? And the rest of you, I'm glad you guys are all here. We'll get started in a few. Very eye-opening, very, very interesting. Thank you, Gina. So for those of you who are here from Ariel's video, or Ariel's post, and saw the video that I attached, and you find it interesting, I just want to let you know that I have a book series. It's called Into the Rabbit Hole. And you can get it on Amazon. You can get it through me. Hold on, Standing for Truth is here. Good morning to you, too. You can get the books on Amazon. They're $16 each. It's a series, so it's book 1 through 8, so you have to read them in order. But there is stuff, like 40% of the book, 40% of the information in the books that I have written, I cannot talk about on a live stream because I will get axed. I have buried, if you think those are truth bombs and that's very eye-opening, very interesting, I would implore you guys to pick up my book series or the first copy of my book, which is called Beneath the Veil. And I could show it to you. See, even before Ariel's post, I had been talking about it. Gina, you can get them signed through me if you want to email me at intotherabbitholeseries@gmail.com. This is my first book. This is what it looks like, Beneath the Veil. And you're going to love the way that I teach. You're going to absolutely love, because it's so different than the way everybody else teaches. And let me put in the chat, hold on, my website, debunkmywork.com. And if you guys go to it, you'll find all my social media. You'll find all my astrotheology videos. You'll find my YouTube channel, my Rumble channel. There's a way to email me at the bottom of the page. My books are on there. The links, direct links to Amazon. I mean, it's everything. Debunkmywork.com. What's your favorite anime? Not really into anime. Never got into it. Never got into Dragon Ball Z. When I was in high school, I did like the Pokemon, but I don't think that's technically considered anime. I'm not really into anime. That's not really my thing. Libby is here. I might have been MIA for several days. I missed a special announcement from the countdown you were doing. Oh, I had a big marketing thing that went on, and it has to do with that poster right there. Hundreds of them in 19 different cities went out. And I had 4 truck billboards, too. But yeah, no, I wanted you guys all, because I'm going to start taking questions and answering things from my first book in a couple of weeks. So I would like you guys, you can get my first book, have your mind blown like the video, or you can buy 3 beers. The choice is yours. My books, I'm not looking to destroy anybody's wallet with these. You can get them online for $16 or $17. It really helps me too. I also have flash drives where I have all my decodings and all my PowerPoints that you can go through, take your time, and see how I broke everything down. There's like 65 of them on there, or 65 to 80, I forget. But it's all on here. So that's basically what I do. So I want to see how you guys are doing. So what's on your mind, everybody? Let's start. Just wait for some comments to come in. But yeah, I mean, this is what I do. This is what I teach. This is what has to be taught this day and age. People are taking the religious books literally, and they've been doing it for thousands of years, and it's because they don't know what they're reading. And that's dangerous, especially considering you're looking at the red heifers in Israel. You're talking about building the third temple at the site of the mosque. You're talking, I mean, they're trying to make prophecy come through because they want the Messiah, but that's not how this works. And exposing them through this work is how to do it, because I show that it's not the Bible and the Bible's not original. I show you that it's 6,000 years worth of ancient holy texts that are all encoded the exact same way. And I was on, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I was on David Icke's Iconic yesterday, and I did a X space with Heidi Briones. Well, not a space. I did her podcast, Heidi Briones, and I'm just going around talking to people about all this kind of stuff. So, guys, you know how it works. Leave the comments. We'll start going through questions. We'll start going through thoughts, and let's have some fun. That's basically what we're here for. It says in Daniel 11 that they will try to fulfill the prophecies, but they will fail. But that's a prophecy too. So what does it mean? You're not supposed to take these books literally. There's no way to take it literally because it contradicts each other constantly. And they have to use something called apologetics in order to explain things. Free Spirit is back. What is your take on Pluto and Aquarius for the next 19? It's actually 20 years, Free Spirit, but for the next 19 years. They talk about how this is going to be the revealing of all the bad crap. Yeah, I can have my astrologer. Come on. And we'll talk Pluto and Aquarius. And she'll blow your mind with all this stuff. Did you look into, I can't even say that, Atlas Comet, the Farmer's Almanac Path That Follows? I have not. I've never even heard of that, to be perfectly honest with you. But I'm willing to learn if you want to share some information. And then we can talk about it then. Fabulous. You are so great. Thank you, Free Spirit. All right, guys. So let's do some Q&A. Let's get some fun questions out there. Let's see how we can make the world better with exposing this stuff, right? Because everybody here is a truther. Everybody here, and truthers get such a bad name. Like, truther is not a bad name. A truther is somebody that wants the truth, the ultimate truth, and doesn't buy the propaganda that is sent down our way. And that's the truth. That's what it is. That's what people are. And once you wake up to being lied to, that's Pandora's box. It doesn't go back in. You do not stop. Once you start, you do not stop. But it becomes a little bit difficult too, because when you realize you've been lied to, you start thinking that everything is a lie and everything is a conspiracy, and it's not. Some people do go too deep down the rabbit hole. And through time, trial, and error, it is your responsibility to be able to discern what is real and what is fake. And most of all, do the research yourself. Now, the media will tell you, do not do the research yourself. Listen to the experts. Don't listen to them. And that's basically it. So, see if you guys have any more questions. Hold on. I don't see anything right now. So I'm here. Here we go, Free Spirit. I'm finding the more I work and concentrate on the spiritual Christ within, it actually makes what's going on out of the world look ridiculous. Exactly. Exactly. Because everybody is... What religion does better than anything else out there, but it completely takes advantage of you, is it monopolizes and it completely takes over your fear of death. That's what it's all about. It's your fear of death. And it's not even so much the fear of death. It's the fear of non-existence or punishment after death. And because of that, they have so many people that are in the same bullshit that, I mean, the honest... Most people, when they become self-conscious and when they become aware of themselves, do not like the idea of non-existence. So they need someone to tell them that they're going to go to heaven, or everything's going to be okay, or they're going to see all their loved ones again. And that's what religion does, but it does it very poorly because it takes the text literally. The real wisdom is the layers underneath, and I'm just sharing one of them. That's just one layer that I've just gotten really good at. And that's just one layer. It happens to be the oldest and the most prevalent in all these texts, but nonetheless, it's the same thing. So I have a comment here. How to see it section, Revelation 12:1. Sextons, Leo, Virgo, Serpents, Ophiuchus is the path listed by Farmer's Almanac. I couldn't find another comment that followed that path. So, excuse me. Sextons, Leo, Virgo, Serpents, Ophiuchus. Well, you're missing Libra. Well, Serpents is the snake of Ophiuchus. I guess that pattern works, but I think you'd put Libra in front of Virgo. I mean, ahead of Virgo. Before Serpents, I meant. Can you give us an example of something you previously thought was a conspiracy or construct, and how you came around to realizing it wasn't? Let me think on that for a little bit. You know, nothing comes to mind right off the top of my head, to be honest with you. That's a good question. And just because nothing comes to my mind doesn't mean that I haven't read something and dismissed it. It just means that off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. But the major ones. People like to say that Um, how does it word? Let me think on it. It's interesting. I'll get back to you. The doctor is here. You put the link up, Standing for Truth. Okay. Yeah, let me think about that. That's interesting. Do not attribute to malice what you can attribute to stupidity at first. Think about that for a minute. Do not attribute to malice. Not everything is evil and out there. A lot of it is, but not all of it is. And people are just dumb. This planet has 2 billion people on it that believe that a spirit whispered into a 14-year-old virgin girl's ear, causing her to get biologically pregnant with the Savior. 2 billion people believe that, not realizing it's talking about the patterns of the sun, which I put the information out. That's why I call my website debunkmywork.com. I call it debunkmywork.com because honestly, I went into this looking to be debunked. I was like, well, this is interesting, these patterns I'm finding, but maybe they're not real. I've been thinking I want to join the Rosicrucians. Is that even a request that can happen? I don't believe they allow women. I am not 100% on that. I'm pretty sure, though. There are female equivalents to things. You can join the Rosicrucians through the Masons. That's one path that you can take. That's all male, by the way. Here we go. David Aggle 81. People don't even realize that the hero's journey is the sun's journey. Bingo. And most Hollywood movies are also retelling the sun's ecliptic path. Bingo. Nailed it. I can't even comment on that because that's just such a perfect sentence. Joseph Campbell's hero's journey, absolutely, is the sun's journey. Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. The older books that I've been reading started stating that there were only ones allowed. The older books that I've been reading stating that they were the only ones allowing the women. Of course, these books are from the early 1900s. So you could join the Rosicrucians through the Masons, but it's only for male. But there are female equivalences. For example, in Masonry, it's the Order of the Eastern Star. That's the female equivalent of it. It's the sister company. It's the same thing as fraternities and sororities, basically, in a sense, or an esoteric fraternity, an esoteric sorority. You guys have any more questions? I'm not seeing any questions. So now that I have more people in the room, let me just share this again. This is my first book, Into the Rabbit Hole Beneath the Veil. Pick it up on Amazon. It's $16. We're going to talk about it. This is loaded with stuff that I can't even talk about on the internet because I'll get banned, at least on YouTube. But it's wild. It's wild trip. You guys are going to absolutely love and get addicted to the series. Do you practice alchemy? Spiritually, I do. Physically, no. Spiritually, you do. See, the idea of in alchemy, you have the lead to gold, right? The philosopher's stone. But in alchemy, what that actually is trying to tell you is taking your lower mind into your higher mind and evolving. That's the lead into gold. And you're constantly working on that. The more you read, the more you work on yourself. Eat healthy, take care of yourself. You're practicing alchemy. That's what it basically is. Go Diego, go. Micah, I watched your video on demystifying the Book of Revelation. It answered many questions for me and opened my mind to a whole new world. Keep up the great work. Go Diego, go. If you want to email me, I'll put it in the chat. If you want to do that, you can get the books through me. My books go so much deeper into all this stuff, but you can also go to this website, debunkmywork.com, where all my astrotheology work is on there. But I go much deeper in the books. But I'm glad the Book of Revelation, right? Because people are terrified of this book. In fact, in Christian circles, some Christian circles don't even think the Book of Revelation belongs in the Bible. It's John the Revelator, JTR, who supposedly wrote this. And I break it down with the astrology. And you guys see that there's nothing to fear. But the elites are trying to convince you that the Bible is a magic real book that's coming to life. So they're tailoring events in order to look like that's what's happening. But that's really not what's happening. We need to expose that to stop this, to stop Armageddon, basically. There's a town in Israel called Megiddo, and that's where Armageddon gets its name from. And that's where it's supposed to happen. And they're setting up everything so that it does happen. Everybody's just playing a part. We need to expose this and get rid of this literal belief of these works. That's what we need to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you have any other questions or so? They will likely cleanse the world before Aquarius. No, Aquarius is the... Okay, so... This tapestry is really beautiful. But okay, so here's how this basically works. So I can't show you on the tapestry because you're not really going to see it. In the age of in the age of Taurus, the bull, that was the Egyptians. That's why you see all the symbolism of the bull with the sun between its horns. Sun's in Taurus. The golden calf, the gold is the sun, the calf is a baby bull, the sun in Taurus. And that was that. And then the Jews come up in the age of Aries, the age of the ram. That's why they blow the ram's horn to the sky. And then they fade, and then the Christians come up in the age of Pisces, the two fish, which is why Jesus feeds the masses with two fish. Even the Jesus fish, for example. Now, in the age of Aquarius, as we're coming into it, and we're not going to enter Aquarius in our lifetime, guys. None of us are. But we are in a merging period. We're in what's known as the cusp. So we are getting Aquarian energy. That's why people are starting to wake up. It's the sign of the man. It's a sign of the man. And it's a sign of the evolution of the man. And it's going to be merging consciousness with machines. That's what the new religion is going to be, unless we stop it. What's your sign, J Destiny says? I am a Libra on the cusp of Virgo. I'm September 26th. Seventh house. Is there a package where I can buy the complete book series, Riles? I'm putting my email address. Riles into the rabbit hole series at gmail.com. Email me and we'll do this. I sell sets all the time. And I would love to sell you a set. Absolutely. I'll sign them too. I'll personalize one of them if you'd like. But email me. Let me know how you found me because I don't recognize you. Let me know how you found me and let me know what your screen name is too, because people tend to email me with their name, but they don't say J Destiny or Riles or Micah Dank Truth Bomb. So like I don't know who they are, and I like to. So find me on social media or email me there, please. And yes, I will send you the books. Yes, you give strong Virgo energy. Interesting. Gemini, 6/18. I had an ex whose birthday was 6/18. Cool. I found you through Twitter under Ariel's post. So, J Destiny, did you watch the video that I sent Ariel too, by any chance? And what did you think of it? I'll email you tomorrow morning, brother. Sounds good. Okay, J Destiny, and what do you think of my work? I subscribed immediately. Well, thank you. I truly am happy for you to be here. Hence why I'm here now. Well, thank you. And if you're interested, J Destiny, in the book series where I go deeper into all of this, believe me, there's things that I just can't say out loud on YouTube or on Facebook because I'll get the axe. And I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to wake people up. So what I would suggest is if you're interested too, email me too, and we'll set something up. You found me through Rex Leak Project. I love Rex. You know what? I texted him yesterday and he never replied. Let me see what he's doing. He's probably bike riding. Dude bikes like 30 miles a day. No, like 300. Sometimes he's biking for like, he's an ultra marathon. I love it. I am so into astrology, and it was really eye-opening. I love the description of astrology. 12 months, years, days, the clock, etc. All amazing info. You want to keep going with that? It's in my books. And my website is debunkmywork.com, and you can see all the different holy texts that I've broken down. Because remember, in that one video, I only gave you one example from each of in 6,000 years of human history, the Sumerians, the Egyptians, the Babylonians. I only gave you one example, or maybe two. But on my website, debunkmywork.com, you can watch video for any of these ancient holy texts, and I take you through the whole thing, just like I did it. The animals mentioned in the Bible and their direct reference to the zodiac is insane. Duh. Absolutely. Oh, they do have it listed here. Okay. In the Bible, they tell you they're going to sacrifice a goat, a ram, a lamb, or a bull. So here's Aries. This is the ram. Here's Taurus. This is the bull. Those are connecting signs. You see that, right? It's forming a pattern. And then here's Capricorn. Here's the goat. 3 of the zodiac signs they're sacrificing. Why is it the same animals? It's wild, guys. Destiny, you're someone that would really benefit from the books, I'm telling you, and they're so fun to read because I'm actually a pretty good writer. That's what I went to school for writing. Hi there. Question. Do you believe there's a black star just outside the solar system? And Pioneer 10 and 11 verified this, but the powers above put a lid on it. And if so, is it the Illuminati? Um, that would be a conspiracy theory that I don't believe in. And when you're talking about Pioneer, I don't know, do you mean Pioneer or Voyager? Because Voyager is the craft that we sent out into outer space to take pictures. That's 6 billion miles away at this point. I will get the books for sure. I really paid attention to that whole video. Destiny, email me, man. Email me. I'll sign them for you. I'll personalize it for you. And you will go ape shit because the books are so fun. Riles says, I was born on Friday the 13th. My grandpa was born Friday the 13th, and my great-grandfather was born Friday the 13th. This type of research was made for me. Riles, do you know why Friday the 13th is such a bad, evil day? Why in New York City, for example, there's no 13th floor. It jumps from 12 to 14, even though everybody knows what the deal is. Why is there such stigma around 13, especially Friday the 13th? Why did they make horror movies about it? Why is it constantly talked about? Because October 13th, Friday the 13th, 1307, Jacques de Molay and the Knights Templar were burnt at the stake by the Catholic Church. It all goes back to that. The Knights Templar were getting too powerful, and the church was losing its grasp, so that's what they basically did. Gemini, 2 witnesses? You'd have to give me the scripture. Planet X is a hoax. Well, it's not. Okay, so Planet X would be Nibiru, David, right? It would be Nibiru. Now, they tell you have all the planets revolving around the sun, right? Like this. Nibiru supposedly goes like this, right? Nibiru is not a real planet. In Sumerian, the word Nibiru means to cross over. That's what it means. It's the next dimension. It's after death. It's the next place you go to. It's the gold coins in your eyes. It's the river Styx. It's the same story they're always telling you. It's not that it's a hoax. It's just people are, again, believing things without understanding what they really are. Pioneer 10 and 11 was before, but it's the same thing, right, Joseph? I've never heard of that, to be honest with you. I will email you, and I will look for it, J Destiny. Thank you. Templars were all killed. Exactly, Riles. Burnt out neutron star wouldn't fit the bill on another object with enough mass to hold giant planets. What do you mean by that exactly? Not all of them. A good many of them. The rest went underground. Do you do numerology at all? In addition to astrology, I try to understand numerology. It's in the books. I do explain it a little bit. Sure. Go Diego, go. Micah, I always see the Jesus associated with Pisces, but technically wouldn't he be a Capricorn since he was born in December? Also, is that true that Pisces is all 12 zodiac signs? I don't know what you mean by that last. No, it's not all 12 signs. Pisces is the 12th sign. It's not all signs. Jesus would be a Capricorn, the man in the story. If you read the story literally, Jesus would be a Capricorn. But Jesus is an anthropomorphic, astrotheological allegory of the hero's journey of the sun going through the 12 zodiac signs. The age of Christianity is the age of Pisces. Jesus is the Piscean deity. In one of the Gospels, the disciples ask Jesus where they can go to meet him for Passover and in the next Passover. And he tells them, go into town. You'll see a man holding a water pitcher. Who is the man holding the water pitcher? That's Aquarius, right? Pouring it out. Follow him to his house, and that's where you will find me. So Jesus is explaining the age of Pisces. while also preparing everyone for the age of Aquarius. Now, it gets even further fucked up because, like, this bull sacrifice that's supposed to happen, the red heifer, that's bull worship. That's Taurus. We're beyond that. That's why Moses got mad in the Bible. When he comes down with the Ten Commandments, he sees them worshiping the golden calf. They're worshiping the sun in Taurus. They are the Jews, the people of Aries. That's why they blow the ram's horn. So he gets mad. He breaks the tablets, which is where we get the phrase breaking the law from, because he was the first one to break the law. Why is Neptune revolves around its axis in a north to south way? Something big must have interfered with it. I mean, it's weird. Some of these planets spin counterclockwise, some spin clockwise, some revolve around its axis, north to south, things of that nature. I don't know all the ins and outs of that, to be perfectly honest with you, but what I will tell you this is you see the maps of all the planets, right? And they're always perfect spheroids. That's not the case. And I'm not even making the flat earth argument right now. I'm just saying you'll type in planets and you'll see all there's 4 or 5 of them are gas giants. So how the hell are they a perfect circle? They're not telling you stuff. They're representations of things because people are taking it literally. A dark star, Caltech can't see it, but I'd assume it would be carbon black and absorb all light, meaning nothing to see by light's reflection. Would that not be a black hole then? If it absorbs everything? I learned that there are 13 signs, not 12. Okay, so I'll move over here. When you're looking at the zodiac like this, okay? When you're looking at the zodiac like this is 12 signs in equal parts, 30 degrees to make the 360-degree circle. That is known as tropical astrology. The 13th sign is something called sidereal astrology or Vedic astrology. It adds the 13th sign, Ophiuchus, which is between Scorpio and Sagittarius right here. So Ophiuchus would be right here. Okay? So Ophiuchus would be right there. Ophiuchus is a small thing, is a small sign. This is whole sign. When you're talking about Vedic or sidereal, that's the actual size of the constellations. So for an example, Virgo is like a month and a half long. Scorpio is only 6 days, and Ophiuchus is small too. But Ophiuchus does not come across the ecliptic when we're going through the 12 signs. But the way I explain this, Mr. B714, is really simple. Like if me and you are at a party, right? And we get hungry and we want to go to like a diner to get some food. And we each drove there. And we don't know the area, we're going to punch it in our GPS, right? Well, guess what? The GPS from your car and my car might take us in 2 radically different ways, but we end up at the same place. And that's the thing about this. Whole tropical astrology is easier to understand. And I believe that that's what 95% of the Bible was encoded that way. Thanks, man. That makes sense. Thanks, Go Diego. Have you noticed that the 12 Jungian archetypes of the subconscious mind are 12 characters presented in a circle like the zodiac, as if to say they're the 12 characters of the sun? You nailed it. You're very good with your words, you. Absolutely. Black star, dark star. Razor's here. I haven't seen Razor in a minute. The Voyager found something further out, and that data was hidden from the public. Then some astronomers discovered it and then died shortly after. Smells like a cover-up to me. Razor, reach out to me on social media and send me so I can read up on that. That I did not hear. The 13th sign doesn't extend the cycle of the zodiac because it's between signs, right? In sidereal astrology, it changes everything, actually. The 13th sign changes everything. In sidereal astrology, I'm a Virgo. I'm not a Libra. It changes everything. It's much easier to understand tropical astrology. Thank you for the information, Micah. You're welcome. 12 disciples, correct. So now that we've got even more people in here, check it out. Beneath the veil, into the rabbit hole, beneath the veil. We're going to talk about this in a couple of weeks. There's information in my first book, in fact, in all 8 of my books, that I just can't share on the internet because I'll get knocked off. Truly, honestly. I'm actually surprised every day that my publisher actually allowed me to do this. It's like 1984, George Orwell, mixed with Da Vinci Code, with young, wise-ass kids. They're super fun reads. You'll see a lot of my personality in the books. But if you guys are here from Ariel's and you've watched the video and you're interested in a signed set of the books, all you got to do is email me into the rabbit hole series at gmail.com and I'll send you the set. But I've been here for a little while right now, and I think I'm going to take off. I might come back a little bit later. But if any of you ever want to reach out to me or you just want to make a comment, if it's easier to understand, does that mean it's true? No, it just means it's easier to understand. First grade math and 12th grade math is still math. They're just at different levels. If there didn't exist rams, bulls, scorpions, but different animals, wouldn't humans somehow make those different animal horoscope? And how would that affect what you were saying? Well, Joseph, absolutely. Absolutely. That's 100% true. But this book is as above, so below, right? So it's mimicking in the heavens what we see on earth. Great work. Look forward to the books. Love the name of your site. Way to call the action. Well done. Chainsaw Erickson. Thanks, brother. If you want a set, email me into the rabbit hole series at gmail.com. And even if you don't want a set, you just want to email me and talk, into the rabbit hole series at gmail.com. But I'm going to take off right now for a little bit, and I'll be back in a little while. So thanks, guys.